Welcome back to Butte, Montana, the last game of the DJ Automotive Challenge Cup. And we're just waiting for both teams to come out. The horns have sounded, and the ice has resurfaced, and there's 20 minutes on the game clock. So we're hoping that things will get started right away. Let's try to bring you up to date on some of the statistics from a little bit earlier. Again, the score 4-1 Bighorns. They have listed total shots on goal 13 apiece. I'm not sure if that's correct. We'll do a double check if we can on that. Second period scoring for the Bighorns, Christian Axelson. He was assisted by Jarrett Pfeiffer and Logan Hawgood at 8:44. Then also for the Bighorns, Nick Okada, Matt Moore, and Kyle Baker assisting at 14:43, and then Logan Henney assisted by Jarrett Pfeiffer and Christian Axelson at 19:09. There is a penalty on the board, 1:34 remaining in the penalty on the Bighorns, so Great Falls will start this session on a power play. Bighorns and the Americans now entering the ice. And we're just a moment here from getting started. We hope you've enjoyed this action this weekend, in spite of all the scrambling that I know the Helena Bighorns staff has had to do because of some problems with the ice. They've worked very well, both Butte and Missoula, to get these games in, and here we are in the final of the tournament, the DJ Challenge Cup preseason action. Again, we thank DJ's Automotive in Helena for being the sponsor of this tournament. If you're in Helena and need some service on your car, just check out DJ Automotive, and if you don't, just drop by their shop and just say, hey, thank you for supporting AWHL hockey and the Helena Bighorns. I've enjoyed bringing you this action. It's getting back in the swing of things as the season for all these teams will start. I believe it is the first week of October. We're back to action. Great Falls controlling. They have the power play here for 1:30. Kulikov sends this back off front. There's a shot that's knocked down in front. And they get it back. Grillo down low on the far side. Kulikov circling there, looking for somebody to pass to cross ice. That was sent to the point. That was number 4, Jake Bistrak. And he sent one toward the goal, but no damage done. Now Kulikov coming in, gives it up, and that's all the way down on the other end. New goalie, Angus Klatchner out of Anchorage, Alaska for the Great Falls Americans. So Klatchner seeing some action here. He stops the puck, allowing his teammate to play this. Here comes Mize. Mize gives it off to number 21, Kulikov. Kulikov getting it across. Sends it down for Garton. Garton gets ridden off the play. Winfield there trying to shovel it behind the net. Smolik is there. Brings it back out. It comes to the point. There's a shot that gets knocked down and then up, and then there's a penalty coming. This will be on Great Falls. Walton taking it in the net. Sends it back around for Camp. Camp shovels it around for his teammates. That gets back out to Henney. Henney drops him down to Camp. Now to the point. It comes out of the zone. Finally a touch-up by Smolik. And I think it's Garton going to the penalty box, and it is. 2 minutes. I'm trying to see what the call is. It's a cross-check. 2 minutes for cross-checking. As he caught Wyatt Winfield from behind in the Helena zone. So, just as the power play ends for the Americans, now the Bighorns go on the power play. They control the puck. Henney He's circling back to Hallgood on this right side. Hallgood. Back to Henny at the top. There's a shot, and that is right in to the midsection of Klatcher. Covers up wisely, pounced on that. Hit him right in the midsection. Face off coming to his stick side. Buford to take this for the Great Falls Americans. He's against, that was against Camp. Camp gives it up. He's on the side, and this is going to be a boarding call against Camp. Buford has a few looks at him. Buford out of Great Falls. And Theo Camp is heading. So there goes the power play for Helena. They're back to 4-on-4 hockey here. 17:46 remaining. That'll be 4-on-4 for a minute 34, and then Great Falls will be on the power play, barring another penalty or other action. Peterson for Helena behind his own goal. And the Swede brings it out, and Henny couldn't quite catch up with that. Great Falls just retreating here. Come to Douglas. Douglas sending it up. This is going to be icing as he missed his player. New coaching staff and a lot of new players on the Americans. I think it's making a difference. They're playing very well today. Done well on the tournament. Gatson wins that draw. This one, cross-ice pass, trying to hit Stover there. Stover couldn't handle it. And a couple changes here in the neutral zone. Henny, a little hit on Stover there, saying, we used to be teammates, but not anymore. Douglas took a big hit also in the corner, but on fire is Bystrick. Bystrick gives this up on a big hit, and here comes Peterson with the shot. That's knocked down in front, and out of it comes Smolik. Smolik coming up the middle of the ice, puts a move on. Good, tries a backhand. It's out in front. Nice save there by Lazarki, and he couldn't handle the rebound. Now here comes Helena. Pass across is intercepted. This is by Smolik. Smolik heading up. He avoids a big hit by Smith there. And here comes Helena. One player all alone. Karchnik. There's a shot and a save. Goal on the rebound. Klatcher made the initial save but couldn't handle the rebound. As Logan Henny gets his second goal of the night. Klatcher made the good solid save, but the rebound coming out a little too far for him to cover up and to his right, and Henny was there to put her home. Garten tips this, no icing. Smith back to take it for Helena. It is played by Lazarki, and a penalty coming up here. And one of the Great Falls players was on the ice. I'm not sure what happened. Is it goaltender interference? I think that's what it is. And Dylan Garton's not too happy about it, but he's heading to the penalty box. The goalie was behind the net playing that puck, and I'm not sure what happened, but the Great Falls player ended up on the ice. So 4 seconds remaining in the Helena penalty. And 2 on the board, 2 minutes that is, up on the Great Falls side. Great Falls wins this, sends it around. Nobody home on the point on the opposite side. It's 4-on-4. Mannery has it back behind the net. And he's going to bring this up. There's a nice pass. Axelson looking for someone to get it to. It comes out toward the point. That's just sent back in, and it just skips wide. That was Hallgood who sent that in. And here's a penalty coming up on Great Falls. This will be on Douglas for tripping in front of the net. Pulling the goalie. Pfeiffer gets it over to Axelson. Coming out to the point. There's a drive that's knocked down, and it's touched up, and that'll do it. And Logan Henney, mixing it up a little bit. And he's calling Douglas off. He's going to call him. It is not a trip. It's a cross check. It's going to be 2 minutes. So it'll be 5-on-3 here for 1:24. Gatson will take this for Great Falls in his own end against Winfield. Gatson, good job of getting that puck off the draw and sends it down the ice. Lazarki plays this for his defenseman. Helena, 5-on-3. Just driving that one clear across. Hallgood's got that. Keeps it down low. Winfield back up to the point. A shot there. Deflected wide. Moar's there. Sends this one across. And Hallgood has it on top. Comes back across. A little bit of a missed pass there, but Hallgood's going to get it right in the center of the ice. That was a pass attempt for Winfield. He couldn't quite handle it. But Hallgood's going to get it back at the point. There's a one-timer and a nice stop there by the goaltender, Klatcher. Coming up big on that blast. 13 seconds remaining in the two-man advantage. There's a turnover and a little shot there attempted by, I believe that was Buford. Didn't do much, but he's sure harassing the Bighorns players with his forechecking here. Ben Henney working in. He's got it in the corner. Just going to take control. Back to the point. Choi. He's got Camp. Down to Henney. Back to Camp. Camp going to come in. High and just over the bar. Camp. Do not let, if you're a Great Falls player, do not let Camp come in. That one's centered and broke it up. Buford sends this on down. We're down to a one-man advantage for 14 seconds. Choi. Across the line. Controlling nicely here. Gives it down to Camp. Back to Choi. Choi. Down to Camp. He's on the near side. Back to Choi. Lets this one fly high and just wide. This one taken by Peterson. Peterson, a little shot, rebound. And a lot of action here as Dylan Webster was being shoved out of the play. He had a good spot screening the goalie. And a little pushing and shoving after the end of play. 12:51 remaining here in the final period of this DJ Automotive Challenge Cup. Garton to take this. He's against Belling for Helena. There's a shot. A leg save there by Clancher. Great Falls desperately trying to get it out. Full strength by both teams. Up trying to get it, Mason Wade. Wade behind the goaltender, managing to shoot it around, but Bighorns are going to take it now. And here's the rush on the far side. This one just coming to the corner right at me. Couldn't get anything on that. Fazio tried to chip it back in, but It's finally going to be kicked out of the zone. Seeing some action here now. First time in a while by Bedbury, the defenseman out of Houston, Texas, for the Americans. 6'3", 220, a big player. There's a shot on a turnaround that time by Belling. Belling gets the puck again, deflected in, can't get it. Wolter back in, centers it, takes a big hit by Strick. They're poking at each other as they go away. But Wolter took a big hit right in front of me in the corner. Now we understand there may be a couple problems with the feed. I will try to get this resolved. Let's see what's going on here. And I'm sorry about that. We're going to work on the technical problem. Since I'm a one-man show here, I'll be working on the computer, so if I miss a little bit of the action, please forgive me. Maybe having a few issues with the internet connection. We've had 2 computer crashes during this game. Fortunately, one was between periods, but where Windows, our dear friend Windows, decided to completely crash. So hopefully we're back on and it's not freezing anymore. I apologize about the feed. Hopefully it's not on our end. But I have had the Belling family and somebody named Home say that it's a little bit off. Stover up, passing it up the right side. Can't get it up. Douglas back to get this for the Americans. Stover chasing. He tries to put a hit there on Pfeiffer and does. Prevents him from centering that puck. Bodies flying all over the place here. That was Axelson trying to put a big hit on, and now Axelson gets in on it as one of the Great Falls players. Garton was coming to the bench. They ran into each other. I don't think it was intentional by either player, but they got in there. Here's a move in there by Mr. Henney, Logan Henney. And Clanchner manages to freeze the puck. 10:03 remaining in the third period. I hope things are going a little bit better. Send me an email if things have gotten better on the feed. bighornslive@gmail.com. Bystrick now being called in to take this for the Great Falls Americans. Here they come. Head of steam up. There's a penalty going to be coming up on Helena. This, I think, is going to be interference behind the play. No, it's hooking. And it's starting to get a little chippy out there. There was actually a lot of good, solid hitting, good, clean hitting going on in the period, but it's become a little chippy and some cheap shots being taken actually by both sides. Let's hope this doesn't get out of hand. Face-off coming down to the Helena end. Power play for the Americans on the hooking call. Winfield along with Choi there in the corner trying to freeze it for Helena. They get the puck out. The shot and a good save by Lazarski. He cut off the angle there and it was right into his midsection. Clancher plays this down at his end for his defenseman. This is Grillo. He gives it to big drive there. Blocker save. That was Kulikov back out, and this is a drive this time by Grillo into the midsection of the goalie. And a few face rubs and hugs going on in front of the goal. We've got immediate timeout. I would appreciate it, those, if the Belling family or perhaps one of the other viewers who said the frames keep freezing and it's a little intermittent. If you could just give me a feed here and just say, has it improved any or what's going on? I do not see any problem on my end on the computer, but it could be anything in between. So if you could please let me know, I'd appreciate it. We're going to take a quick timeout here. There's a drive coming off back to live action here. Helena drives it down. Mohar sending it around, didn't have any help there as they're a man short. Mohar, the forechecker here. Grillo sends this one up, and this will be Mason Wade. Wade moving it around. Wade gets a chance and couldn't quite connect on that redirect. There's Wade with a chance to stuff it in from the left side. And a great stop there by Lazarski coming from his left to right to make that stop. I have stopped the up feed on what we do here is we have the live feed and then we save each period digitally and then feed it up to the YouTube, so a few days later they can be viewed. And so I've stopped that, hoping that that's taking up the bandwidth. So I'm hoping that our broadcast will improve, but let me know if you're still having problems or if it's okay. Clearing by the Bighorns, sent all the way down on goal. Plancher just gives this back to his defenseman, Grillo, who sends this one all the way up. This one on goal also. And here come the Bighorns. Bighorns are just going to take some time off the clock here as there is now 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Wolter working hard on the Great Falls player. He's the forechecker. And there's a collision right in front of the goaltender as Webster collided with a defenseman, and a lot of hitting going on. That was Smith taking out. I'm trying to see the Great Falls. Kircher. And here comes Helena. Wolter. Little flip toward the goal, easily steered aside there. Webster couldn't get that. Wolter couldn't get that. It comes back to the Choi at the opposite point. Choi with the drive. That's stopped in front by a skate. And here comes Great Falls. Buford with the head of steam. He dumps the puck in, and there's a full change now by both teams, full strength. Up to the near side. Nice drive there by Webster coming in. Henny comes in to kind of watching the conversation here between the referee and the defenseman. Here's Garton trying to plead his case. Garten wins this draw, and he's off quickly. Camp takes this back over across to Webster. Webster, head of steam. He's checked off there. Nice job by the Great Falls player. That's Bistrak, and they send it up the other way. Bistrak doing a good job because Webster had a great move on the near side here. Garten gets dumped. Henny avoids that check, sends it in. That gets caught up in actually the sweater of Bistrak. Coming back in. Henny. Peterson with a big drive. Big drive, and that one was deflected and hit the ceiling, the wall, and I'm not sure what else it hit right above my head. The netting doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, and that brought back some bad memories of last year. So you probably had both the cameraman and the play-by-play guy ducking on that one. Douglas takes this off the draw, sends it around. This will make it out of the zone. Fazio working his magic against the boards. Fazio sends it across. Kept in by Smith. Coming right to the board. Walter takes a hit as he continues it around. Fazio returning the favor. Here comes Smolik. Smolik for the Americans. Takes a move. Gets toward the goal. He's taken out. No call. Good check there. Smith was on him. Smith now trying to prevent any centering pass. And that ends up to be Walter just sending it around. Pfeiffer now chips this one back. It is Choi, his defenseman, just trying to get it to center ice, and does. Here comes Smolik. Smolik loses this one to center ice. And now they're just going to dump back in. Choi sends this one up, and it is missed. I think they thought it was chipped. I didn't see it. Axelson here in the near corner, working it out toward the point. He takes a big hit by both Garten and Grillo on him that time. And there's a icing call down at the other end. 4:26 remaining, third period. Really, really good hitting going on. Mason Wade talking with the official there. Probably telling him, hey, my ex-teammates are making some penalties here. Stoppage of play. Belling against Wade. Wade's being called out now, so they're going to have Buford in there. Buford sends a draw to the point. There's a shot just wide. Pfeiffer trying to keep it in. Can't. Hallgood gets it up to Logan Henny. Henny sends this one down to the near boards, and it scoots around. There's a pass out front. Couldn't be handled there, and here comes Great Falls. Mason Wade got tied up there along the blue line. Couldn't make it go, and a big hit there. Hallgood against Bystrick. And let's see who's going. Mr. Hallgood. Actually, they're both going. Matching penalties. So we'll have some 4-on-4 skating, 3:51 remaining. They hit pretty hard, and we're doing a little chip action afterwards. Well, we're hoping people are still watching. I can't get any feedback on the email, or I'm checking our browser settings here on our video feed, and it's showing it's going up. So 4-on-4 hockey. Winfield back to the top. Peterson with a drive just wide to the glove side. Winfield back across Choi. Choi's at the left point. Just slides this in. Goal! This one, I believe, is going to be tipped in by 41 Kyle Baker out of Fresno, California. Choi let it go from the blue line, and I think it was tipped in. So this makes it 6-1 Bighorns. Wayne and Sherry, thank you for letting me know the feed's better. I think stopping the upload helped that. I apologize. We'll try not to do that anymore from here because I think the bandwidth is just not what it should be. And another penalty coming up. This is coming up to Helena. We'll see how they sort this out. It's beginning a little chippy here. Devin Smith heading to the box out of Rapid City, South Dakota. I didn't see what the call was, but he's going for 2 minutes. So 3:12 remaining in the period. And the face-off will be coming to Lazarski's glove side here. Back to the point. Power play for the Americans. To the point. There's a shot. Lazarski with a good save there. That shot was taken by Douglas, and Lazarski giving a little shove to one of the forwards that was crossing in front of him, letting him know that's his territory. Face off deep in the zone. Americans trying to get something going here. They can't keep it in. That was a good job by Baker to tip that out of the zone, and there's a big hit on Stover over on the far side. Stover keeping it in, sends it out front. That's tipped away. Stover again in the corner, working with Hawgood. Stover trying to get it to the point. He does. Big blast. That was knocked down out front, and then the puck goes to the boards and rebounds. Both Wade and Stover are out there, and there's the two players just coming over from Helena to Great Falls, and they're getting a few shoves also, so there's no love lost there. I guess when they're on your team, you'll fight for them, and when they're not on your team, you'll fight against them. But those are two quality young men, so we're glad for Great Falls to get those players, but you know, they'll be missed on the Helena team. Big drive and a stop by Zarski. There's a rebound and a fanning attempt there, and here comes Helena shorthanded. Move there. Great move by Henny. Across, and Camp couldn't quite put it in. Henny circling. Still has it. That's high. Didn't make it on. Camp working now. Bistrak against him. Henny, tried to get it back for Camp. Camp had overskated that. And Bistrak sends this up to his teammate in the neutral zone. Not able to do much. Bistrak retreating. He's going to send this down the ice. Doesn't get out. Henny putting this on. Bistrak finally gets this one up the boards. Cross ice. Kirchner bringing it up. Across the zone. A shot just outside the post. There's another shot. The pipes almost ringing on that one. Garton goes hard in the boards on that check. 1 minute remaining. Power play over. Teams at full strength. Helena coming in. Stover trying to cut off Moar there. Icing waved off here as Stover, the forechecker, was speeding up there trying to get there, and here comes Helena. Helena across the line. There's a shot and a glove save by Clatcher. Baker letting that fly as after he crossed the blue line. Thank you to the Fazio family. Let me know the feed's fine. Also, Brian Hemme. Henny, glad to hear from you, the Henny family. And also Megan Hamill. Glad to hear from you. I'm glad the video feed's better, and we hope you're enjoying this final few seconds of the third period. There's an opportunity, and there's going to be some action here as Bedbury protecting his goalie. Baker very aggressive going in there and trying to get that rebound, and what a good defender does, and that's protect his own and his goaltender. That's what he was doing. Back out to the top. There's a shot and a nice save there by Clatcher, and that'll do it. So, in this final game of the DJ Automotive Challenge Cup, the Helena Bighorns come out victorious 6-1 over the Great Falls Americans. The one thing I can say about this Great Falls team is that they are a much better team than they are last year. Tony, glad that you got to... The video didn't freeze up on you and you got to see the last part of the game. I'm appreciative for all you have helped me out with the emails, and I've enjoyed doing this preseason tournament. So we're going to leave you from Butte Community Ice Rink where the final score is 6-1. Thank you for watching AWHL Bighorn Hockey Network. Good night, and we look forward to seeing you in October during the regular season.